Airbnb announced arguably its most important update as I'm recording today, and the market didn't really have much of a reaction. You can see here the stock was up about 2.9%, but the market was up for a lot of growth stocks. So not a lot of outperformance for Airbnb, but this could be a real game changer for the company. One of the challenges is Airbnb has so much optionality. What do they actually focus on? They've obviously been focused on home rentals, but they could have gotten more into hotels, something they do have available. I could have gone into flights. What they've decided to do is go into services and experiences. More experiences is something that they've had on the app for a while. But I want to go through exactly what was announced because this, I think, adds the potential to be a platform that could be something that people use more and more on an ongoing basis. But let's dig through what we learned. My name is Travis Hoyam. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content. And thanks to this video sponsor, The Motley Fool. If you go to fool.com/ASYM, they'll give you their top 10 stocks to buy right now. This is from Airbnb's 2025 summer release. Now you can Airbnb more than an Airbnb. The real headline is that they're going to be adding services. There's going to be more experiences on the app, and then there's going to be an all new app design. One of the things that they've been doing is changing their back end. So basically they have the ability to add these kinds of services. So now a homeowner can offer a home, can offer an experience, and even a service all from one location. And then they can have messaging, you can have payments, you can do all this thing in the app. So they've done a lot of work on the back end to make all of that possible. You can see a little bit what the app is going to look like. You have the three segments here, home experiences and services, depending on what you want to do. And then the creator can create all kinds of different options. Looks a little bit like if you've ordered food online on something like Toast. But this is going to be pretty limited to start. I thought this was interesting because they're obviously trying to roll this out with sort of known products, but don't be surprised if a year or 2 years from now, this is opened up much more, because what you want to do is if you are an aggregator like Airbnb or a platform, depending on how you look at the company, you want to be able to allow people to create whatever they want to do. You know, are these the best 10 categories for people who are traveling? Are these the only services that they want? Probably not. So allow people to innovate on top of them, but they're not doing that quite yet, but something to watch out for in the future. So they're going to allow chefs, photography, massages, spa treatments, personal training, hair, makeup, nails, prepared meals, and catering. So a lot of these sort of fall in the same category, beauty and food. I mean, 3 of these are food related. Airbnb is also going to be vetting all of these. So you can go to this site. This is a site where you start an application and you can see, all the different categories and what you're looking for as a creator to be able to apply and actually book your products. They have their own booking app. This will also sync with other calendars. You can manage reservations, take payments, and even message with guests, all from within the Airbnb app. So really trying to pull all of these features together in one place. This makes sense if you're traveling. Does it make sense for more common experiences? If you're looking for a meal with a larger family, if you're looking for a new hairstylist, that's where I think it becomes a little bit more of a struggle for Airbnb. So is this a nice additive feature for people who are traveling to an Airbnb? Sure. Is this going to be a huge new vertical? That's to be determined. The experiences segment is something that they have had for quite a while. So you could do a lot of different experiences, but it was kind of hidden in the Airbnb app. This is where I think if you're traveling to a new area, being able to find what the interesting experiences are and book them right through the Airbnb app could be really compelling, especially if you're planning with somebody else. You can actually message within the app. So they gave a few examples here of experiences that you can do. This is a cooking experience in Tokyo. This is horseback riding in Cusco. So you can see that this is a pretty compelling offering if you're traveling to an area and looking for a bunch of things to do. You can just book them right through Airbnb. Again, this is the kind of thing that even these suppliers are looking for ways to reach customers. You have travel agents. That's been a big way to reach customers in the past. Could Airbnb sort of replace that with this sort of experiences tab? That's at least the vision right now. Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now. Then there's the redesign of the Airbnb app itself. This is something they've been kind of playing with for the last few years, but this is a pretty big redesign. You have the Explore tabs, then you have the Trips tab. This is something that we're planning a trip for this summer. So I'm using these kinds of features a lot with my wife as we plan these out. And you can see you have the whole schedule here. You schedule your trip. You can add those experiences and services, even food. So that, again, could be really compelling for planning out your trip. The messaging, I think, is really compelling. If you've ever messaged any of these Airbnb hosts, being able to do the same thing with experiences and services is going to be really nice. And then just an update to the profiles tab as well. So look, the big question is this a game changer for Airbnb? Is this going to expand the market, or is this company still going to be stuck in just doing kind of Airbnb things? They're growing at a really nice rate, high single digits, low double digits. It's a really great two-sided market business, but can you expand into more verticals? That's really what they're trying to do. These are the first two pieces of that. Based on this potential success of this or lack of success, you can see them moving into other parts of travel. Do you start to plan your air travel on Airbnb? I think that ultimately makes a lot of sense, but that obviously wasn't something that they wanted to do with this update. The other question is this going to pull in demand for more local services? Could Airbnb potentially be a place that you look to go find restaurant reservations for this weekend for your family or for your friends? Like I said, is this a place to find a new hairstylist? Those are open-ended questions as well. I think that's where Airbnb wants to be. They want to be an app that you're interacting with multiple times a month instead of every few months, maybe a couple of times a year when you're trying to plan a trip. I don't know if this gets them there, but there's at least a vision from here to there. And I think that's what we're going to need to watch over the next couple of years is how does this play out? This is a first step in the right direction, but do these experiences and services start to become more of a platform? Can you come up with an innovative business idea and then launch it on Airbnb and reach tens of thousands of customers, not only people who are traveling to your city, but also people who live in your city and maybe are looking for something to do or looking for a service? That's what would ultimately be the most valuable and most compelling for Airbnb if we can get there. So those are the components I'm going to be watching from the metrics that they're talking about and the user numbers, the revenue growth. Because if users are coming back to the Airbnb app more and more, that's going to drive more and more value to the company and allow more verticals to be built. But let me know what you think about this update from Airbnb. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.